What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I hope you like this video. This is your review for the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Season 11, Episode 20. Honey, this is the season finale, and do you believe that we had 20 weeks of this? It doesn't seem like we've been watching 20 weeks of this, but we are here. I will say this, it's been a really good season, and we know that, that's 99.99, well, no, that's 90% due to Erica Jane and her whole situation, and 10% due to Kathy Hilton. I gotta give Kathy 10%, okay? Because I feel like even if nothing spectacular had happened this season, I feel like I still would have got my life every week with Miss Kathy Hilton. There was only one week that Kathy Hilton got on my nerves, and that was the week that she made the little comment about understanding Garcelle situation. But I'm gonna give you a pass on that because I like you. I can't even make up a good reason. Only because I like you. Because I wouldn't give nobody else no pass, Kathy. I'm just letting you know I wouldn't give nobody else that pass. Anyway, so we start this episode off. It reads like a finale. Like nothing spectacular happened in this episode until the end. We'll get there. But I'm saying like it built up to the end. It was all a bunch of foo. I feel bad for Crystal. Let me tell you why I feel bad for Crystal. Because it was Crystal's whole birthday down when they was down to the where they were the last two episodes, and they even filmed a whole birthday party. You can check it out in the deleted scenes. Go over to the Bravo and you can check out the deleted scenes, and they didn't even put it in there. They just mentioned when Erica and Crystal linked up down to the Chinese restaurant, which we'll get to that in a second, and she was just like, and happy birthday again. And we found out that Crystal had a whole birthday, which they had mentioned last week. I said, either A, Crystal, they just don't see it for you, or B, even on your birthday, you couldn't be interested. And I started off this season having such high hopes for Crystal. Like those first like 3 episodes, I was so here for Crystal, and then it just went sharply downhill from there. And if you pay attention to her editing, so did her camera time. Moving on. So we start this episode off. We have Erica, meeting up with Crystal down to the restaurant because Crystal is hosting the season finale event, which is Chinese New Year. And for those who you know, Chinese New Year happens usually after, our New Year. So this is probably January that this episode was filmed. And Crystal is hosting a traditional Chinese New Year for the ladies. She's running out this restaurant. It was a restaurant where Hollywood has used this restaurant to film movies. One was Kill Bill that came up. And we see her and Erica talking. And again, it's the same conversation. It's Erica, is them talking about Erica and what happened down and her, who she getting along with and who she not getting along with. And child, I don't have the energy to do. Okay, basically that. Then we see Kathy Hilton meeting up with Sutton. Kathy Hilton has a home that she said is her project. She said the house originally her and her husband were going to move into, but they decided not to because she said they have so many great memories at their home. And so they decided not to move into this house, but they're still building it. And they asked her, well, how much do you think you'll be able to sell it for when you're done? And she was like, oh, about 30 to 40 million. And now it's your project for you to finish the construction to put it on the market to sell. So y'all can just afford to buy houses that y'all ain't gonna buy into. Ever move into. Okay. So Sutton, the home that Sutton is getting renovated, that she finally moved into, honey, is in the same neighborhood. But Sutton was like, child, even I'm on the rich side of this neighborhood. I'm on the poor side of this neighborhood. Like compared to this property, I'm on the poor side, honey. I'm on the poor side. And so basically they had a chance to talk, and Sutton was letting Kathy know that even though her and Erica talked down to the spot where they were, I keep wanting to say La Quinta, and I know that's not where they were. She said she's still not real secure in it because one minute Erica's running hot, the next minute she's running cold, and she just don't know how to take it. She said, she really would like to be secure in the fact that Erica, is talking to her and stuff. But the flip side of that is she doesn't quite know how to read Erica because one minute she's threatening her and not speaking to her, and the next minute she's apologizing and stuff. Now, I'm going to say this. my 2 cents, and I'm saying it now because I'll probably forget to say it at the end. My 2 cents about that situation is I think Erica wanted, when they were down on their vacation, I think Erica wanted to move on. I think Erica, maybe somebody tapped her on her shoulder and let her know how bad that scene played out between her and Sutton, and how bad she kind of came off looking in that scene with her and Sutton. And she was willing to sort of, because she did actually apologize. Like, she really did apologize. And I know what she was saying in her confessionals, but remember, they filmed the confessionals after the fact. So they were asking Erica after she filmed those scenes, well, did you want to make up with Sutton or not? And she's like, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I wasn't trying to make up for Sutton. I just didn't want to mess up everybody's trip. Listen, you cannot mess up everybody's trip without apologizing. Like, you don't have to apologize to not mess up somebody's trip. Y'all know what I'm saying? Anyway, here's why I said all of that. So in the next scene, we see Dorit, Lisa, Kyle, and Erica meet up for lunch. Now, there was nothing spectacular about this lunch except for Kyle's $20,000 Hermes bag that she put on the table, that the lady bought her a whole wheelchair to put her bag in. Listen, I'm not mad about that. If I had a $20,000 purse, it would have its own chair too. Just like the girl down to the Real Housewives of Dallas had the custom, like, the rain bags for her Hermes. I ain't mad about that. I ain't mad about it. Sorry, some of my lipstick. So here's the other thing spectacular that happened in that scene. Kyle's bitch ass, and yes, I did, I called her a bitch ass, stirring the pot. You knew. Oh, and let me rewind. Why was Bravo with their shady ass? They're gonna show how much Kyle's Hermes bag is, and then they're gonna show how much Dorit's Louis Vuitton bag, and her bag was like $3,000, and Kyle's bag was like $22,000. Y'all didn't have to do that. Y'all didn't even have to do that to her. Y'all didn't have to do that to Dorit. Y'all so shady. All them editors down to the Bravo is shady. But Kyle, you knew good and damn well that Erica had apologized to Sutton, and that Erica and Sutton were in a better place and had moved on and had moved past it. But you put on your damn producer's hat, and you just couldn't let that shit fly. And you decided that you were going to tell Erica, well, it was really great to see you talking to Sutton and see you make you and Sutton talking, but I did talk to Sutton, and she said that she still feels the way she feels, and she still believes in what she believes. And you could see the look on Erica's face. You saw the whole look on Erica's face, and then she turned back into the bitch. And then it was, well, I don't give a damn what Sutton thinks. I don't give a damn how Sutton feels. I don't really care. I don't really give a damn. I need people who have my back, who believe me. Then we start talking about the damn cliff again. Why we keep coming back to that story? Erica, every time you bring up that story, ma'am, you add something to it. You take something away. You flip it, dip it, and chop and screw it. Look, this story went from a simple car accident where Tom broke his ankle to War of the Worlds and the sighting of aliens. What the fuck? Like, now you're saying you found Tom. You never mentioned that your son was with you and he called off work and y'all were looking for him all over the place together, and he helped you find Tom. Now, after mine last week, the story went from the story to allegedly it was the story. I feel like her lawyer tapped her on her shoulder and said, girl, you better throw allegedly out there before people start really looking for the information. But it was too late. By the time she said allegedly, it was over. We'd already done our internet sleuthing, and it already been out there about what was true, what wasn't true, what could be proven, what couldn't be proven, child. But now you're going to add more to the story. Now your son was there. So now you have put your son in a situation where he could possibly be subpoenaed. I don't know whether your son was there or not, but this is the same son that never even wanted to be on camera, that never wanted to be filmed for this show. You've been on this show 10 years, and well, not 10 years, but you've been on this show, and he never wanted to be filmed. He never wanted to be on camera. But now you have put him in a position where he could possibly get subpoenaed to testify because you said he helped you find Tom at the bottom of the damn ravine. Did y'all lift him up by yourselves too? Did you like slide down the side of the mountain and tie a rope to your waist and pull Tom from the car, and your son hoisted the two of y'all up the side of the mountain before the sun came up? Is that why nobody got a record of it? I mean, is that why nobody knows that this happened? I mean, I'm just asking. I'm just asking for a friend. Anyway, I was so, ugh. Then poor Garcelle, child, she went on a date with the guy that she was so attracted to, and it was a waste. It was a dud. But I really feel like the dud was the fact that you had that camera in his face, because he even said, well, I really wanted to go on a normal date with you. And I think what he meant by normal was not a whole fucking camera crew in my face. Even though I'm sure he signed off on it, and I know that he knew the what, and the who, and the who. But yeah, moving on. So the ladies are getting ready for the Chinese New Year. Everybody's in glam, including Erica Jane. Everybody's in glam, getting ready to go, and supposed to be good luck to wear gold and red. And then, you know, Crystal said, listen, really any color except for white. White, I think she said it means death. It's not a good thing to wear white at Chinese New Year. I will definitely put that in my hat for things to remember if I ever get invited to a Chinese New Year gala. I want to go to that Chinese New Year gala that they had down to the Bling, what was that show, Bling, oh shoot, what was it called? Anyway, it was about, it was over onto the Netflix, and it was like all the Asian people, and they had their Chinese New Year. Bitch. Anyway, but we get to see Crystal's mom and her mom's new boyfriend, and, you know, she talked about how, hey, Chinese New Year has a lot of memories for me and my family. And yes, I miss my dad, but I like my mom's boyfriend. He's a cool guy. He cool. He been around for a little while. We like him. We like him. Crystal looked beautiful. I liked Crystal's gown. It was gold. I liked it. It was really nice. It's not something I would really wear, but I liked it on her. Then we had Kathy Hilton show up, and she had a date with her because Kathy Hilton's husband was like, I'm not doing this. So you go and call all your little friends and let them be your escorts to these events. But no, ma'am, it's a no for me. So we had Elliot Mintz. Now, if y'all remember Elliot Mintz, which I didn't, but, you know, bravo, refresh my memory. Elliot Mintz was the dude down to the dinner party on Dorit's first season that was talking to Lisa, and they were having that conversation about where everybody went and were they in the bathroom doing coke. Y'all remember that part? Yeah, him. And he was, you know, happy to be there, happy to get some screen time, just like he did the last time, honey. Hanging out with Kathy Hilton. But he, you know, he came off to me as one of those people that was trying a little bit too hard. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to be funny. I'm trying to be what I know Kathy brought me to be. Anyway, then Erica, oh, nope, it wasn't Erica. Then Lisa Rinna shows up in this horrible brunette bob wig. That shit was horrid. Lisa, don't wear that wig no more. Don't wear it no more. And whoever convinced you that that wig was a good idea, fire their ass. Because that wasn't a good idea. I'd rather you keep that damn feathered 1988 shit that you normally got on than that thing was horrible. And poor Garcelle, when she saw her, Garcelle tried to say something nice, and she did end up lying to that woman to tell that woman she looked nice. And then she gonna say in her confessional, well, I mean, what are you supposed to say? You supposed to say you look bad? You don't have to say you look bad, but you ain't gotta say you look nice. See, that's the problem. You don't have to lie. You could just be like, hey girl. That's like, I'm just saying, it happens. And you can kind of tell when somebody lying and they just going, hey girl. But it is what it is. Sometimes it's just, hey girl. Shit. Anyway. So the next person to arrive, I think, was maybe Garcelle. And I liked Garcelle. Garcelle looked really cute. She had like this little wraparound kimono style type situation. It was black and gold. I thought it looked really nice. Listen, let me say this. Overall, I have been here for Garcelle's confessional looks. I think she blew this shit out the water with her confessional looks. And I've been here for a lot of her ensembles. What I've not been here for this season with Garcelle are her wigs. Okay, now I know right now my hair looking a little raggedy too, but that's not, but I don't make what she make. I don't have no glam squad, okay? And I'm sitting here like, I am not happy with Garcelle's hair situation this season. But her ensembles and her confessionals, brava. Kyle shows up with Mauricio, and Mauricio shows up on one. Mauricio is high, and that is how we like him. He is playing the drums. He done took over the damn drums, and listen, Mauricio is a good time. Kyle, on the other hand, I'm still mad at you because you stirred this whole pot, which created this whole situation and this finale. Which, of course, again, this is, you put on your producer's hat, so you made it do what it do. But I hope they get your ass together at the reunion, which starts next week, by the way, and it is a 4-part reunion. Listen, Bravo, let me tell y'all something. I know for a fact that y'all don't have 4 hours worth of footage that I give a damn about. I just know you don't. I know you don't. Y'all could have kept this as a 3-parter and I probably would have been just as happy. I know y'all don't have 4 hours worth of reunion footage that I give a damn about. But I'll let y'all know next week how I feel about it. So Garcelle pulls Lisa to the side to have a one-on-one conversation with her. And basically, she wants to talk to Lisa about calling Denise and maybe, extending the olive branch to Denise. Lisa basically told Garcelle, when the time is right, I think I might do it. But, it has to be organic. In her confessional, though, she basically was like, don't nobody tell me what to do, when to do, and how to do it. I will call Denise if and when I feel like calling Denise. If I feel like me and Denise have something to talk about, that's when I will talk to Denise. But you're not going to make me talk to Denise. You're not going to make me say what I need to say to Denise one way or the other. I'm going to tell you who will. Them damn Bravo producers. Because if Bravo know what I know, baby, if y'all can get Denise Richards on next season, if y'all thought this season's ratings was good, bitch. Anyway. Then, who came next? I think Erica came next. Erica showed up. She had on her red. And once again, Erica got to remind us that she po. Because immediately Lisa called off the designer. And she was like, yeah, I mean, well, I don't have much in my closet. So, I had to go with this. Girl, stop. Just stop. Just stop. Anyway. Then Sutton shows up. And Erica has turned all the way cold on Miss Sutton. Why? Because of what Kyle told her down to the dinner they had. And so Sutton is like, what the hell? Like, last week you was apologizing and we was cool. Now this week you ain't got nothing to say to me. And once again, here we go. So we're sitting at dinner, Crystal gave out the little red envelopes that's got money, and she said you got to feed the animal. And of course, Kyle's scary ass talking about something. What animal? What animal? What animal? And of course, they just have the dragons, the real people that are underneath the costume dragons. Yeah. And you would think that Kyle saw her original face, the way she jumped, okay, when she saw that damn dragon. Anyway, that wasn't nice. I'm sorry. Moving on. So then we get to they start talking about New Year, and Crystal's talking about the Chinese New Year and what you should and shouldn't do on that day, as far as like you shouldn't argue, you shouldn't curse, you shouldn't wash clothes, whatever you got to clean, you clean it on the day before, the day after, because whatever you're doing on New Year's is what you'll be doing the whole year. And that's what we believe too, because I remember my mother telling me that whatever you do on New Year's Day is what you're gonna be doing the whole year. I like to go shopping on New Year's Day. I'm just saying. So she said something about you don't want to sweep because it's something about sweeping things under the rug. And Kyle gonna turn to Sutton ask and say, yeah, Sutton, you don't want to sweep things under the rug. I said, there she go again with her damn producer's hat on, because now you're trying to create a moment. And Sutton was like, girl, what you talking about? What you mean? What you mean sweep things under the rug? What you talking about? She was like, I don't know. I'm just saying, you don't want to sweep things under the rug. And Sutton was like, girl. But then Sutton took the bait and said, well, since you bring it up, Erica, I really want to just let you know that I'm really glad that we had a chance to talk. I really feel like we're in a better place. And I just want to let you know that I don't hold any ill feelings. And I hope you don't have any towards me. And I hope that we can move forward from this and move into a new year in a better space. What? Why Erica ain't say shit? Like, the whole room was quiet. You could have heard a pin drop in that room. And Erica was like, why ain't nobody saying nothing? Mauricio was like, because we waiting for you to talk. And what was even funny was that she was sitting next to PK, like her and PK was bosom buddies. I said, you hadn't seen that episode where they was talking cash money shit about you, huh? You thought PK was your friend. Y'all was over there Kiki and the Kakayan. Shouts out to Jada Nerd. Y'all was over there having a good old time. Baby. Erica was like, okay. Now, again, just like the dinner party, that's probably where the conversation should have ended, because it was clear that Erica was not here for the conversation. Erica wasn't here for it. She wasn't interested in it. It was clear. But no, I'm sure between Kyle and the producers, they told Sutton, keep going, keep going. So Sutton was like, well, Erica, I really mean it. Like, I really mean it. I'm just glad that we're in a better place. I'm just glad that we've moved on. Like, I really, really mean it. Erica was like, okay. And again, it was this long, awkward silence. So finally, Crystal was like, well, I got a dessert bar. And everybody was like, yay, dessert bar. Woo, woo, thank you so much. Woo, let's go to the dessert bar. Let's go look at all this shit that we know we ain't about to eat. Woo, because it was so awkward. Like, I can only imagine that was what we saw edited. I can only imagine what it was like sitting at that table. So, of course, Sutton goes to the bathroom with Kyle. And Kyle is in the bathroom with Sutton acting like she don't know why Erica is giving her such an icy response. She don't know what it's about. She's like, what do you mean? She's like, well, Erica just, maybe she just needs time. I feel like she heard you, but maybe she just needs time. Girl, Erica mad because you told her that Sutton is still talking shit about the situation and that she stand by what she had to say, and she said what she said. That's why Erica feel the way she feel. Stop sitting here acting like you don't know why Erica got an attitude with this woman. Then you got Erica and the ladies talking outside and basically saying, well, Erica, she's trying to extend the olive branch. Maybe you guys can maybe make it and get it to a better place. Whatever. So Kyle gonna tell Sutton, well, I think you and Erica just need to have a talk. You mean the same kind of talk that Sutton been trying to have with this woman for the last 4 episodes? That kind of talk. They gonna come outside. Here goes Sutton, because Kyle done put a battery in her damn bag. Erica, I really think me and you need to talk. Maybe one-on-one, we need to talk. Erica was like, maybe we can do that, but right now, I'm just not ready to have that conversation with you. Which I can appreciate that Erica was like, she didn't cuss her out, she didn't get nasty. She was just like, I hear you, I receive it, but right now, I'm not ready for that. And Sutton was like, I understand, but maybe, when you're ready, we can talk. She was like, yeah, when I'm ready. She said, well, I appreciate you not being a bitch about it. And Erica was like, well, that's why I'm trying to tell you that I'm not ready to talk about it right now, because if I did talk to you right now, it probably would go left. So I'm trying to, keep it calm, cool, and collective and not say nothing and just tell you maybe later. Y'all, and that's pretty much where the episode ended. So I'm sure the reunion gonna pick up right where we left off. But the biggest thing that pissed me off about this whole thing is y'all had Sutton out there on that island by herself the majority of this time. I mean, Garcelle jumped off and on a couple of times. But for the most part, Sutton was by herself. And now we get to the reunion, and now everybody is on that raft with Sutton. Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think. Drop it in them comments, peace. And I guess I'll see y'all for this 4-part reunion, honey.